Good evening. I want to thank everyone for coming out. I know it's been a long year of doing nothing for many of you. And obviously, we're all excited here to test the waters by launching a game that we've done very little to and see if customers really will buy the same game twice. We've worked tirelessly to get to this point. I know some of you may be new to the team, but understand we've embraced just a roster update as a theme. And I think this year, we're uniquely positioned to execute this plan to the fullest. I want to remind you that we push the envelope here. We strive to make game modes way out of the box, to the point where a consumer has to go buy the game just to see what this could be. And naturally, I think it takes very creative minds to do that. So with that said, I want to touch on what landed us in the yard. Last year, we made a terrible mistake. We made an unforgivable mistake. We gave Superstar KO mode free to the gamers. Now, this is an oversight that can, quite frankly, never happen again. Providing extra value in a title update will not be tolerated here. And I'm proud to say the individuals behind those actions have been dealt with, and we're working hard to ensure something like this never happens again. So with that in mind, it was imperative that we put gamers in their place this year and show them not only will they pay full price for the same game, but they can also expect microtransactions in the process. We'll touch on that a little later. But I want to talk about the development of the yard, because I think when people visualize backyard football, the first thing they think about is equipment. I want to take you guys back to our own game last year out in the parking lot. I think Clint can attest to the fact that he kept saying, if we had equipment on, this game would be much different. And that's why we need NFL players on this team, guys. Clint was so right about those statements, and we wanted to use that feedback as a catalyst to build something in our game that was NFL-inspired, but also completely useless. And to get to that point, we had to refer back to a theme of microtransactions. And I want you to understand, some of you may not have seen all the signs, but we have a motto here. If they want to add it, then they can pay for it. And quite frankly, without this game mode, we really didn't have a way to sell equipment to our gamers. So it is paramount for each and every one of you going forward that you let gamers know you need to play dress up with these characters. Now, I want to be mindful to the game modes that did not get included. And I want to say as politely as I can, we love the idea of franchise mode here. Every single one of us does. And I really thank the people that laid out great plans of what we could do. But the problem is, and you should all know this, we do not have a method of charging gamers in that mode. Now again, I know some of you may be new. Some of you working from home may not know some of the practices here. But I need you to understand, it's page 1 in your employee handbook. It is a privilege to buy the game. Microtransactions are where the enjoyment comes from. They buy the game to have the privilege to play, and then they buy the microtransactions to enjoy it. So when you approach us with game modes that don't have microtransactions, unfortunately, our hands are tied. So with that said, you should see in your emails a press release that has unique characters that you can put on your Twitters and your Facebooks and ask people to go play dress up with these Madden characters. I want you to remember the yard is the selling point this year. And I also want to say, anyone that comes to you with anything in terms of franchise mode hasn't been changed, I want you to politely remind them that we remove the Washington Redskins, which is a whole franchise, and then offer them a discount code for a free pair of shorts in the yard. The discount code will also be in your email, and remember, you may not want to refer to the Washington Redskins simply as the Washington football team. Appreciate you guys all taking moments from your day to join me. If you have any questions, you can refer them back to your manager to delete in a message to myself, and hope us all the best this year in our microtransactions and game sales.